Welcome to Hot Button Hashtags. My name is Matt. So I work with kids. That's a thing I do. The other day, a couple of the kids were having, not an argument, but a conversation about Batman. And I had to get in on that. Well, the conversation, the question, the problem, the issue at hand was this. Is Batman a good guy? It's a pretty dumb question because, of course, Batman is a good guy. He fights the bad guys, right? But it's deeper than that, because if you or I went out and did the things Batman does, we'd go to prison. Batman would take us down. You can't assault people for alleged crimes. Vigilantism is in itself a crime. Now, he's not always beating up muggers and car thieves and bank robbers and stuff. He's not always doing that. Sometimes he just watches over the city. And that's fine. That's a neat thing to do. Kind of puts everyone at ease, knowing that he's up there on top of the building looking down. Now, Bruce Wayne, Batman's alter ego, he's a very, very wealthy man. And he probably owns a lot of buildings in Gotham. But he doesn't own every building in Gotham. And I'm pretty sure some of the buildings that he's on top of belong to other people. He's trespassing. And sometimes Batman has to kind of maybe get into one of those buildings to find evidence or to find proof or to plant a bugging device. And now he's breaking and entering. And he's spying on people. And because he's using technology from Wayne Enterprises, his own company, to spy on other criminals, and a lot of these are multi-million, sometimes multi-billion-dollar corporations and their entities, that could be considered corporate espionage, which is a big deal. Now, I'm not saying that Bruce Wayne's a bad guy. I'm not saying that his motives aren't pure. He wants to clean up the streets of Gotham. But in order to do it, he feels he has no other option than to beat people to a pulp and to break into places and to trespass. And my word, have you seen the kind of carnage he wreaks with the Batmobile? He blows cars out of the way. Sorry, I know you were parked legally and innocently, and now you're going to have a conversation with your insurance company that's not going to end the way you want, but I'm going to blow your car up anyway. There's breaking and entering. There's assault and battery, stalking and harassment, resisting arrest, vehicular assault, possession of deadly weapon, possession of explosives, use of a deadly weapon, use of explosive, all in the name of justice. If he was really concerned with justice, he would turn himself in. He is a worse criminal than anyone he's gone after. I mean, except for maybe the Joker. He attacks police. He drove right over a police car with two officers inside. You think they're okay? Yeah, they show them peeking their head out. Oh. No, if you really did that to somebody, that thing would have crushed that car with those officers inside it. Vehicular manslaughter. His Batmobile, the tumbler, a bridge building machine where you jump. You have to jump the thing across a river? That doesn't make any sense. It has rockets, missiles, it's loaded up with weapons, and here's the thing that makes even more sense. If you jump this thing and you fire all the missiles at the bad guys, which apparently are anti-bridge, your tumbler takes on all sorts of horrible damage, and it can't really sustain itself. And so now here it is in a state of complete and utter disrepair, broken down, completely battered beyond recognition. What are we gonna do? Hang on. I'm gonna push this button and it's gonna explode a little bit, but don't worry, because the one person inside this two-seater vehicle is gonna drive away in a motorcycle. It's a feature every car should have. I mean, my kids are screwed, but I get to ride around on a motorcycle. He advises people to judge others by their actions, which is really kind of a bad move on his part, because judging by his actions, he's a horrible person. And then you can talk about Robin if you like, which I wouldn't, because that's not going to help things any. He adopts this kid. He doesn't even adopt him. He just takes him in. He lets a lonely little orphan boy move in with him, which might not be illegal, but it certainly is frowned upon. Not only is everyone a little bit wary of Batman, but now Bruce Wayne looks like a big old pervert. If they only knew the truth. Not that he's doing anything weird with him, but he's training him to be a midnight ninja in tights running around beating up bad guys. That is maybe not worse than what everyone assumes. You couldn't just fund his education? You couldn't maybe send him to college to be maybe like a computer programmer or a web designer, or I don't know, something where he doesn't have to wear tights. I mean, unless he wants to. If he wants to be like a dancer, like a ballerina, or what are the boy ballerinas called? Ballerinos? There's not a whole lot about Batman that is good. The suit and the name, the whole image, everything about him just screams intimidation, which is also a crime. And the other thing, how dumb are the police in Gotham that they're following a tank down the middle of the highway and he evades them by cleverly turning off his headlights. We are obviously out of our league here with this guy. Well, we may as well just turn around and go home. I mean, he turned off his headlights at night. This guy is willing to go to any lengths to avoid arrest. We're just gonna let him leave town. He's already on his way out of town. He's driving towards Wayne Manor. Let's let Bruce Wayne deal with him. And here's another question. Bruce Wayne, super duper billionaire. Why doesn't he have like security? Like, he doesn't have like a guardhouse. He doesn't have anybody patrolling his property. I mean, obviously Batman doesn't need that kind of help, but Bruce Wayne does in order to keep up appearances. He's willing to go out and buy hotels and throw women in the fountain. I don't really, that was weird, but he's not willing to spend money hiring security to at least keep up the pretense that he is a playboy billionaire who doesn't want to get robbed. And then he gets robbed by the weird toothy chick from Ella Enchanted. But Heath Ledger was the shizzles. Was there really any reason to rewatch The Dark Knight other than to watch Heath Ledger just be insane? After that movie, it was like, Batman who? Really? Yeah. I think the big thing to point out here is that once you get to a certain age in life, you're not really rooting for the good guys anymore. I mean, you've seen too much, you know too much, too much stress in your life to not kind of deep down inside feel for the bad guys. You want to see the Joker succeed. Or is it just me? He burned that big old pile of money and was like, whatevs. He's a thief. He doesn't need money. If you're a thief, why do you need money? You don't buy things, you steal things. So is Batman a good guy or a bad guy? If he beats a mugger to a pulp and he saves someone's life and he prevents the mugger from making more bad choices and victimizing more people, and that mugger, when he gets out of the hospital and when he gets out of prison, maybe he turns his life around. Maybe he goes back to school. Maybe he, becomes a productive member of society. But probably not, because he's got some severe brain damage now. Is Batman a good guy or a bad guy? He's a sociopath who jumps off of buildings and he beats people up. That's not a good guy. I would not want that guy roaming around my city. I got some Chipotle, so I'm going to eat that now. Thanks for watching.